This is the Great Salt Flats at Bonneville, Utah. A landscape weird as the mountains of the moon. An eerie valley where men and machines pursue the elusive goal of world speed records. Humming over this 12 miles of salt speedway, a daring driver sits in the bucket seat of a Bonneville record breaker. The star of this big effort to clean the slate of stock car speed records is Studebaker's sleek new Avanti from the design studio of Raymond Loewy, built by the craftsmen at Studebaker, skilled vehicle engineers for 111 years. These record assaults are the final tests of the car's safety features. They are far more rigorous than anything possible at factory proving grounds. Here at Bonneville, you never run out of road. In brief bursts at full throttle, this production car will hurtle down the salt at more than 172 miles an hour. These speeds subject engine, driveline, and chassis parts to forces far beyond their normal design function. 3 cars were hauled across 2 states for these tests. One is a practice car, one is in reserve, and the third is the finely tuned but factory stock machine. Tons of tires, tools, and equipment reflect the extreme care and planning which go into this effort. The man in command of this most exhaustive speed test in passenger car history is Andy Granatelli, veteran of nearly a score of years of racing. His feats range from the roaring oval at Indianapolis to this strangest of all racing sites at Bonneville. Andy, at 38, has made precision his watchword in a career that has brought him to the status of corporation executive. Fuel, strictly pump variety, the proper tires, and everlasting checking and rechecking of every item on the car contribute to safety, which is the first consideration of such projects. Still, there are hazards, and Andy Granatelli is well aware of them as time draws near for the final effort at record breaking. Seat belts for safety's sake and precision instruments to check every part of the supercharged engine are typical of the equipment on this record-breaking car. The cautious preliminary check runs are finished now. The really high-speed practice runs are ready to start, leading to the assault on the flying and standing start records, from 1 through 10 kilometers and from 1 through 10 miles, over this table-smooth 12-mile ribbon of salt. Other men are busy with preparations of an official nature on this fateful day. The crack timing crew of the U.S. Auto Club are making last checks on their electronic timers as Andy signals he's ready to start writing new pages in the record books. There's the green flag. That's green for go, and the muted scream of the little 299 cubic inch engine bounces back from the sheer rock walls of the surrounding mountains. Timers call the speeds over 2-way radios, and the car is rolling well past the 150 mile per hour mark. Andy pulls out every stop. This car, smaller than record holders it will outrun, is clicking through the timing traps at sensational speeds, which are checked and rechecked by this crew, which has backstopped Granatelli over every foot he drives out on that blazing white salt speedway. The records tumble one by one as Andy pours on the coal. He hits the big one, 168.24 miles per hour over the measured kilometer from a flying start. This is almost 15 miles an hour faster than the old record set here just a few days ago by the former American stock car record holder. The Avanti is actually running in Class C because of engine size. But so fast is Granatelli's pace that he bags the unlimited stock car records as well. The mile flies by at 168.15 miles an hour, and the big ones that the crew has eagerly awaited are in the bag. The 10-mile records, both flying and standing, fall to Andy and his crewmen. And so the job is done. After 12 long hours of driving, checking, and driving again, day and night, at dusk and at dawn, Avanti now holds 29 new records, 9 of them national class records, 10 of them American stock unlimited class records, and 10 of them American Class C stock car records. There is no hilarious celebration as the salt-crusted car pulls into the pits. For this task of vehicle testing is workaday stuff for Andy and his pit crew. The accomplishment is great, and Andy Granatelli, the man behind the wheel of the nation's fastest production car, is quietly happy today on the vast salt flat of Bonneville, Utah.
You are about to witness the introduction of America's most advanced automobile, the Avanti by Studebaker.
Egbert conceived it, Raymond Loewy designed it, the body was fiberglass, not metal, the engine, hot. A Studebaker standard block, supercharged.
Add a Paxton supercharger if you wish.
Advisors told Egbert it would take at least 2 years to market the Avanti. He insisted it be ready in half that time, by the beginning of the '63 model year. Cliff McMillan would later shake his head and say it was an impossibility from the beginning. But I'll give him credit, he damn near made it.
During the 10-year period that
The usual amount of hype went with the car.
books, Bonneville Salt Flats...
Andy Granatelli of Indy 500 fame, he took one of them to the Bonneville Salt Flats and set 72 different land speed records.
Land speed record.
But there were big troubles at the plant in South Bend. They had years of experience bending metal. Fiberglass was something entirely different.
One thing about fiberglass is if it's once molded, it's set. It's in stone. You can't move it. With sheet metal, you can. If a door doesn't fit, you use big hammers and crowbars and so forth, and you get it adjusted. So the first bodies we had were not to specification.
Blame it on the bossa nova. When it's magic spell.
While President Egbert assured the stockholders that all was well with Avanti, they were going nuts in the plant. Nothing fit. McMillan remembers a story about it, about a dealer in Texas.
He had prepared what he called an Avanti room, and it was all carpeted in red, and it had a red carpet running out to the pavement, and it had red footprints painted on the pavement from each direction, and he was just waiting for his Avanti. And come announcement date, he didn't have one. He called me up and raised hell. Well, he wasn't alone. There were most of the 2,000 people didn't have Avanti.
Avanti, America's only 4-passenger high-performance luxury car. An exciting, distinguished automobile. Different by design, with sleek, fluid lines, which express its dependable high-performance capabilities. The Avanti is an elegant car. Everyone should be given the opportunity to drive an Avanti, for no description can equal the experience of witnessing and enjoying its performance from behind the steering wheel. The Avanti is the automobile for particular people who enjoy prestige, who appreciate good taste, good craftsmanship and comfort in their car's appointments. In the beautiful, richly upholstered, contoured bucket seats. In the aristocratic wood grain finish of the instrument panel, with its safety crash padding. In the high-styled refinements of the latest and best in automotive engineering. Yes, the Avanti is a smart car for smart people who know and want the best. But the Avanti is also a high-performance automobile with its jet thrust engine, a beautiful blend of power, control, maneuverability, and endurance, to the delight and safety of the driver. High performance is having and getting power when you need it. Power for control and a greater margin of safety. Power for passing, acceleration, now. High performance means brakes that deliver safety under any circumstances. Disc brakes that stop 40% sooner than any other production car brake system on the market, even when soaking wet. Dramatically superior. High performance is endurance and a comfortable ride over rugged roads. High performance is ease of driving, control, and maneuverability, no matter what the weather. High performance is meeting the automotive demands of any driver, anywhere, all the time. Add this to elegance, and you have a car that everyone is proud to own. Last year, the Avanti set 29 national stock car records at Bonneville in one day. Out of this remarkable high-performance achievement have come 2 new high-performance cars for the 1964 line. Avanti power in the Lark. The Super Lark. High performance is the key. Avanti power in the Hawk, the Super Hawk. 2 tremendous high-performance cars, Avanti-inspired, Bonneville tested. 4 Avanti engine options, now available in any body style. That the Avanti and its high-performance features have captured the attention of the automotive world is evidenced by comments from these outstanding editors and writers. From the Washington Daily News, Washington, D.C., Mr. F. Gardner.
After driving an Avanti 1,600 miles, I consider it the finest and best American car on the market today.
From Hollywood, California, and Motor Trends, Mr. Chuck Nerpel.
The availability of the high-performance engineering advances on the Avanti are certain to focus more consumer attention on the Hawk and the entire Studebaker line.
From Los Angeles, featured columnist of the Herald Examiner, Mr. Art Loring.
In my newspaper work, I road test all makes of cars, imported and domestic. After having given the Avanti a thorough test in all conditions, I bought one for my personal use.
From New York City and car and driver, Mr. David E. Davis, Jr.
I'm convinced you'll see a lot more Studebakers on the road in 1964. They've got the new styling they've needed for a long time, and there's never been any doubt in our mind about acceleration or performance.
Yes, everyone agrees that 1964 is the year. Happy days are here again, because Studebaker 1964, deliberately different by design, offers the perfect marriage of styling and performance in a product line with sales appeal created to crack all profit records for dealers and salesmen in the year to come.
Here's your symbol of superiority, the guarantee of advanced thinking from Studebaker. For example, this couple wants the absolute in sportiness. Choose, therefore, the sheer driving performance of the Avanti, world's fastest production car. From its overhead switches to its dynamic front, the ultimate in elegance. But this family, with kids and dog as part of the luggage, admire the comfort and convenience of the Lark. From its flat floors to more rear seat room than the big cars, it's the complete answer to what a family needs from its car. More advanced thinking from Studebaker. Disc brakes that can be yours on both the Lark and the Avanti. Brakes that, when completely soaked, still stop your Lark in half the distance of regular brakes which don't, in time. So, whether it's the Lark or the Avanti, both these families know they're getting the best in a car if it bears this, the seal of superiority from Studebaker. See any of these superb cars at your Studebaker dealers now.
A giant jet plane, 101 tons coming in at more than 150 miles per hour. How do you stop such massive momentum? Disc brakes. The Avanti, America's most advanced car. Powerful, sweet, swift, and safe, because it stops with disc brakes. And these same disc brakes are available on all 63 cars from Studebaker. This cruiser, for example, America's first and only limousette. Safer for the family because you can get it with disc brakes. For example, as compared to conventional brakes, at 100 miles per hour, disc brakes stop you in 150 feet less distance. And they come to you first from Studebaker. One of the many exclusive features of tomorrow from the advanced thinking of Studebaker. This is horsepower, the heartbeat of your car. Today, there's a new kind of horsepower from the advanced thinking of Studebaker. Supercharged power. Experimenting at speeds up to 170 miles per hour, Studebaker adapted the supercharger to a special high-performance V8 engine for all its cars, increasing available horsepower 40 to 50%, increasing ability to give more power instantly, because power response is safety. Safe instant climbing power, safe instant passing power, supercharged power, available exclusively from Studebaker. Avanti, Lark, Cruiser, Hawk. If you're thinking about buying a new car, check the many exclusive features of tomorrow. Yours from the advanced thinking of Studebaker.